Hey, Shalom Israel. It's the you understand I.S.U.P.K Vlogcast. We go live on these. We're gonna start trying to go live on these pretty regularly, about 5:30 every day. That'll be real good if we can get a schedule on these. So Lord will, Lord allow, we'll be able to rock a schedule out where this can come out, on time every day, 5 p.m. 5:30. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, 1 West 125th Street. Go to our website, isupk.com, for more information. It's Captain Kapash, you know what I mean? What we do in the Israelite school, UPK, is we teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who they are according to the Bible and our God. You understand how to get right back with our Lord, with the Lord, with the Most High. You understand the truth of the Bible, who the real Jews are, all of that good stuff that we teach, you know what I mean? But today we're going to talk about always get that STD test. You understand? It's very important. Like when you dating and stuff like that, or brothers who trying to get a wife or whatever, you always want to get that STD test. You understand? It's very important. It's very important because you know, I mean, you can that can make you or break you having an STD like that, or getting something that's you don't want to catch nothing that's incurable or nothing like that. And so you got to be wary out here. You got to be, there's a lot of down low men. You understand? So you got to watch that. Down low women or women that sleep with gay men, right? That's real big in the Christian community. In the Christian community, women sleep with gay men, right? And they don't, and they don't even be knowing a lot of times. You talk to them and they tell their story that they was with some guy and he used to always kick with his homies, and then they came home one day and him and his homie, they was sitting on his homie's lap, or it was caught in compromising positions, and then she's all like, I didn't know, there was kind of signs, but I didn't know that he was gay. I mean, that's just the Christian culture. You understand? Because the Christian culture feminizes men. You understand? That's why the Bible says there shall no effeminate enter into the kingdom of God. So there shouldn't be no effeminate men, but that Christian church breeds effeminate men. So since there's so many effeminate men out of the Christian church, and people think the Christian church is righteous, which is not, they think these effeminate men are actually men, are actually not gay. And they're sitting there confused like these men aren't gay. So you got AIDS out there. Oh, man. And then if you're in the Virginia area or whatnot, you had all these sisters who slept with that white dude who was infecting all of them with AIDS, right? It's supposedly, I don't know how to confirm it or deny it, but it showed just a whole bunch of pictures with him with different different whores and stuff like that. It was like, at least about 20, 30, 40 pictures of him, hugged up with whores, like they were about to have sex or did have sex, or they know each other like that. So, I'm pretty sure them women, them 40, 50 women right there walking around with the AIDS and the HIV virus, right? So it's important to get them health tests and screenings. You want to try to, when you dating somebody, you want to tell them, hey, can you show me them papers that you don't have nothing, and shoot, if the person don't really have nothing, they'll show you their health screenings. Women, I think, are supposed to go get health screenings every 6 months or something like that to get their stuff looked at and all that by gynecologists and whatnot. So you definitely want to get them papers on that. All right. So you want to do that if you're dating and stuff like that, or looking for somebody. You don't want to marry somebody, which is sex. Sex is marriage in the Bible. You don't want to lay down with somebody and they have AIDS, they have HIV, they got trick, gonorrhea, something else. You know what I mean? You want to kind of try to look ahead and try to be wise to avoid that type of stuff. And if a person don't want to get the tests and don't want to show you, you understand, then you taking a risk by sleeping with that person. I really wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless I really wouldn't even do it. If it's a sister and you kind of know her background or something, and even then it's just too wary. You know what I mean? Just have them check it out. Because you got some people more susceptible than others because they're more sexually active, more sleeping with different people, and everything like that. So You want to be careful for that, right? Definitely, if you have any questions, type in your questions. We definitely want to get those questions in. If you have any questions on like how to be a good wife, or how to find a good wife or whatnot, like I always say, if you want to be a good woman, you want to be submissive to your man. That's what the scriptures say. Wives, obey your husbands. So for a woman, her thing is to be submissive and womanly and feminine. For a man, if you want to improve your stock or whatever as being a man, you want to become more masculine. You understand? You want to become more masculine, more manly. You know what I mean? In the spirit of the Lord, of course. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like the heathens. They think being manly and masculine is, being disgusting and hitting each other in the, like oppressors. They hit each other in the balls and do all types of madness and get crazy high and drunk, and they think they so tough guy because they're chugged a whole bunch of beers or something like that. Like that's not masculinity. You understand? That's not righteous masculinity that the Lord talking about. Lord's talking about that integrity of keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, not sleeping with the other nations, not getting high, not smoking drugs, not smoking cigarettes, not getting drunk. You understand? Like you can drink liquor, but being a drunk is a whole totally different thing, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want to be a drunk, all right? Because a drunk is against the laws of the Lord. That's indecent. That's not our way. You understand? Let's see what scriptures we got today. Home of truth. And let me play. I'm gonna see if I can play this song. We got a brother who made a dope song, man. I want y'all to hear it. You probably heard it already, but I'm gonna play it again. For the people who might not have heard it. It's Trooper Coma Par, who's studying for his officer's test right now. Lord be with that brother, man. He's trying real hard though. You know what I mean? He ain't all the way there, but he's trying real hard. So definitely he's doing good on that. Like I put on a post earlier, man, we need about 5 more strong, solid soldiers in this truth. If you're in the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio area, to get down, right? Let's see. But yeah, man, you want to talk to the woman and tell her and see if you can get her to take those STD tests, man. Shoot, she'll take them. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen to this one song real quick. See, let me hear what y'all think.
Who has the Bible in the church? Why hasn't he showed you this? Because the world does not want it to be revealed. That black people nigga, I don't know you. That's this shit, they come to the school. Bitch, that nigga better move. Some guys to do. Try to raise up on the Jews all the time. With the truth for God. Two bad niggas never die. You see the misses in the sky. One girl, she became for the other side. I was in the church on side. And now to the children of God. Bitch, that nigga too fast. I don't want to check right now. Till you get checked right now. How you having sex with your wife? Can't afford with your kind. Bitch, that nigga take mine. Home with them motherfucking truth. Home with the motherfucking truth. Home with the motherfucking truth. I.S.U.P.K, one West. Home with the motherfucking truth. 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 I.S.U.P.K, one West. Home with the motherfucking truth. All our children gonna end up to be young, feminine faggots that don't care about the murder of their own people. This black man just said, show me that sign. Yeah, you let me the sign. Let me the sign. I gotta say, this brother right here just said this fake. These niggas gay. Now they let you be gay. Red light of the day. Top of the top of the day. Don't play. Don't want to be that you became day. I don't give a fuck if they hate. Hit with the blade.
Yeah, David Combs, please, let me get on that.
All black, no purple, fake ass niggas be looking like turtles. I.S.U.P.K ain't fucking with the free top 15 keys. I niggas be riding straight beats. You became baby. I'm thinking on Hebrew Academy.
Yeah.
Home with the motherfucking truth. Home with the motherfucking truth. Home with the motherfucking truth. I.S.U.P.K, one West. Home with the motherfucking truth. Home with the motherfucking truth.
Damn, what? Nigga said 1 West. Yo.
The flame of the Lord, man, them missiles, them nuclear destruction. You can't outrun no nuclear missile right now. You can't outrun no nuclear missile. All you can do is burn.
Woo! Yo, this nigga made a cold track, man. Damn. Throwing the motherfucking truth. Hey, yo. Yeah. Hold my motherfucking truth. Hey, yo, this Joan. Hey, I fucks with this Joan heavy, man. I fucks with this song heavy as hell. I fucks with it heavy, man. Shout out to Coma Par, you know what I'm saying? And what's so heavy about it? Let's play it. Man, what's so heavy about it is Coma Par, when he first came up here, he was just learning, really getting it together, how to use the mics and get it together, and he started using some like app on the computer to start making his music. He just sharpened himself within like the time of like a month to 2 months. He sharpened himself from his first tracks was kind of rough to where this track right here, he done got real good with it. He done got real professional with it, where this song is a banger, you know what I mean? Definitely Coma Par. You definitely need to get with us on the Periscope. We need to get together on that so we can be on Periscope. Right now we just Facebook, YouTube, but we definitely need to get the Periscope, Twitter effect popping. Twitter is going crazy right now over Snoop Dogg checking that chick, Gail King. Snoop Dogg basically was like, man, you supposed to be for us. You weren't asking all them crazy ass questions to that Harvey Weinstein, to your friend, you and Oprah's friend Harvey Weinstein. But yeah, you trying to, tarnish Kobe's legacy and bring up all that stuff. She's doing that because the oppressor told her ass to do that. You understand? She's a bad wench, Aunt Jemima. You understand? So she's doing that because the oppressor wants her to do that. You understand? And she gonna follow it because that's what she follows. That's what she wants. They love Harvey Weinstein. They love the oppressor. They love the slave master. All right. But yeah, back to what I was saying about the STD test, man. Get them tests. You understand? You want to get them tests. The I.S.U.P.K, we're not against going to the doctors. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people learn about the truth and learn about some of the dark side of the healthcare industry and this and that. Learn about certain pills and certain malpractices of doctors and whatnot. But what you need to understand is the Lord set the physician up. You know what I mean? And look, like General Muhammad always says, yeah, Snoop Dogg do need to get in this truth, but he ain't about to. You know what I'm saying? He gonna love the white man. He love the white man too. You understand? But he was just trying to, stand up for his friend, because I guess he a big Laker fan because he from L.A. So him and Kobe, I guess, he's a big fan of that. You know what I'm saying? Ecclesiasticus 38:1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him. For the Lord hath created him. Right? A doctor, that profession of being a doctor is an old profession and is very important. There's a lot of honor that go along with being a doctor. You understand? Years and years of studying the human body, studying medicines, studying the herbs and studying all of that. You cannot just throw that away and say, I'm not going to no doctors because this and that, and the flu virus, and then you go to get the needle, you go to get the flu. You understand? The people who only talk like that are people who are not sick. You understand? Give me somebody who's sick and dying, got a broken arm or something, you know what I mean, having a seizure. I guarantee you, he's gonna be calling the doctor. He ain't about to be like, nah, I don't need no doctor. Just let my broken legs heal. Nah, they ain't about to be on that. Verse 2. For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. So the Lord is one going to do the healing in the end, but the doctor is part of that healing. You understand? The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. Right? The doctor is going to be very looked up to, very important as a person, very important person. Verse 4. The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. Right? Damn. All right, so Yeah, so this, and it gets in deeper to it. Ecclesiastes chapter 38, it gets into it. My son, in thy sickness be not negligent, but pray unto the Lord, and he will make thee whole. You understand? Leave off from sin and order thine hands aright, and cleanse thy heart from all wickedness. So that's what you want to do if you sick. It says, then give to the physician, for the Lord hath created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. There is a time when in their hands there is good success. For they shall also pray unto the Lord that he would prosper that which they give for their for ease and remedy to prolong life. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much it on that scripture right there. So you definitely want to obey that and look into that and make sure you honor the physician. Do him. Get your doctor stuff. You're talking to a new female, tell her, look, I'm always try to get a STD test for, so have her go get an STD test so you can know if she got some or not. All right. Yeah, and the Lord has created the medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. You understand? The medicines is very important. You don't want to just ignore all medicines and just act like medicine don't mean nothing and it's just not going to do nothing for you. You want the medicines, right? Respect the physician, respect the doctor, honor the doctor, stay healthy. You understand? Get them STD tests for the new person you're trying to talk to. That was something that was taught to me by Captain Quad. You understand? That is a very wise thing to do. Very wise. You don't want to look up after the fact and be saying, "Oh man, I hope I don't got nothing." You understand? Because all it takes is one time, and you'll be done forever. You'll be done for the rest of your life. So you definitely want to take it seriously. Have a doctor on speed dial. You know what I mean? So it's very important. All right. If anybody else have any more questions, we want just take, this is a I.S.U.P.K vlogcast, vlog talk, you know what I mean? Just sitting here, dropping the truth on different topics. These will be a lot have to do with like relationships and a man and a woman coming together in the unity of the spirit, under the spirit of the Lord. You know what I mean? Because that's how we're going to really come together, under the spirit of the Lord, right? Following the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord. That's how we'll actually make strong families. Salaga, sir, what about vaccine shots for kids? Okay, vaccine shots for kids. Those are good. Those are good. Vaccine shots are good. Right now, for a lot of the shots they give vaccines for in the disease community, there's a term called herd immunity, right? Herd immunity is when so many people have immunity to the like for example, like for example, um, what's that show? Um, what's hold on one sec. For example, there's that disease polio, right? Polio, there's basically a herd immunity in America to polio because so many people had got the vaccine and people have got an immunity towards polio. So to get the polio vaccine now, it might not be necessary. You talk to your doctor. It might not be necessary because there's a herd immunity to it, right? Now with uh, the other vaccine shots, I know for most of them, you can't even go to school. They don't even let the kids in school if they don't have certain shots. You understand? I got my shots when I was a kid, and I was allowed in school. But sometimes they require records of those shots for the child to go to school, for the child to go to the daycares. Because if your child doesn't have the vaccine and your child has it, is a carrier, and you start and then but that's the herd immunity thing. Like so many other people have the shot that it's be hard for that person, even if your child gets it, to pass it on to the other children because they have the vaccine. They have herd immunity. So that's something you want to talk to your doctor about. Talk to your doctor and ask him. If it's not legal, if it's not the only way your child can go to school and whatnot, then you talk to your doctor and ask him, did my child have to get this vaccine? What would happen if my child doesn't get this vaccine? You know what I mean? Will my child get sick and die? You know what I mean? All that type of stuff does happen, and we want to prevent stuff like that from happening, because they have stories of people not giving their child vaccine or or medical treatment just so, you know, for what? And the child dies. They got cases of children dying, sick and dying and dead because their parents refuse to take them to the doctor, right? You don't want that, right? You don't want that. You don't want nothing like that. You don't want to have no parts of that. All right. So, you know, that's what you want when it comes to that. Let's see. Someone asked a question. GB Hoops asked, but there appears to be a link between certain childhood vaccines and autism, right? That's something you talk to your doctor about, right? That's you have doctors, because they are experts in the field, right? They are experts in the field, and they'll let you know. You know, you tell them, look, I've heard that, you know, these vaccines is giving kids autism. Is that true? And he'll tell you if it's true or not. He's legally, you know, they got to tell you the side effects of different stuff. They can't lie, but they're not really in the business of lying over that. But when you talk to that doctor, when you're getting your kids their checkups and things like that, which you should be doing, when they're getting their checkups, ask them. Go to the school nurse and ask the school nurse, have the kids at this school, you know, that have been getting vaccines, are they becoming autistic? So because of the vaccines that the vaccines they make you get to go to school, that's not making all the kids autistic, because every child at the school has these shots. They have the records of how you got to give your shot records. Make sure you like the video, well, share the video. So is the whole school autistic? Is, you know, all the kids running around autistic? Then you're gonna be like, hey, my kid ain't going to that school, my kid ain't getting that shot. But if you go to the school and they got 10,000, you know, 1,000 kids there, and none of them got autism from the vaccine, then, you know what I mean, just talk to your doctor and find out for sure. All right. He said the compromise is to have your children vaccinated right before kindergarten when they are 5 or 6, instead of when they are really young. Yeah, like that makes sense. The older the child gets, the stronger their system gets to infections and viruses and whatnot. But once again, that's something you talk to your doctor about. Like you ask your doctor, my son is 2 years old. Do I have to give him these shots now, or can I wait till when he's older? And see what and talk to your doctor, and your doctor give you some the right answers on it, give you your options. You know what I mean? If you don't have no type of health care, you got to try to go get that Obamacare. I know I got to try to go get that Obamacare, or I think I'm on a plan right now, or I'm being put on a plan. So, because I need to make sure I'm going to my dentist. You know, I got to hit up my dentist, you know what I'm saying? Make sure my stuff is right. Got to keep brushing my teeth, you know, twice a day. You know, I don't have no physical ailments or nothing like that, but you never know what could happen. You know what I mean? Be walking down the street, slip on some ice, and bust my knee up. Now my knee's hurting for a long time. You want to be able to go to a doctor and get it checked out and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And those type of things are important so that stuff can heal properly. Like, for example, when I was a kid, I was in a basketball rec league, right? And playing basketball, I tried to, when I was like maybe 8 years old, 9 years old, maybe even younger than that, maybe 7, 8, whatever. And they was throwing me the ball, and I went to catch it, and my finger got hit on the thing, got jammed and bent, right? My finger got bent. I never went to the doctor, or I never told my parents about it. Well, my mom. I never told my mom about it. I just let it be bent and hurt. So then, you know, the finger don't bend all the way like the other finger. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't get it checked out, they would have probably put it back in place and all that. The flip side to that is when I was wrestling in as a child too, I was maybe 10 years old. I dislocated my elbow wrestling. I was going down, I tripped myself and dislocated my elbow. I went straight to the doctor from there. The doctor, boom, put my elbow back in place, put a cast on it. After a certain amount of time, they took the cast off. I went to therapy to get my range of motion back, and my arm was back in action like it never happened, as opposed to the finger that got all jacked up. So you want to get these things looked at. I know it's hard as we get into, as people, as getting adulthood, being in poverty makes it hard. You understand? In poverty makes it damn near impossible to work it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to do. You want to get in contact with your doctor. You understand? That's what you want to do. It's very important that you talk to that doctor. Let's see what other questions we got. Lakam Yala Salakia, sir. Question back on topic. If a man takes on a second wife, how do he love them both the same, or is that required at all? So it's like your kids. Can you love your kids the exact same? It's that's what you want to look at it. But for the most part, you're not going to be able to love them the same because they're different. They're different, right? They're going to be different. You're going to have different vibes with each of them. They're different people. You can't like recreate the same vibe with this one as with that one. You can't have the same type of jokes with this one as that one because they're two different type of people that you in a relationship with. You want to, in the scripture, when it says love in the scriptures, it means keep the commandments towards them. That's what you're required to do to all of them. Keep the commandments, not to diminish your duties, right? So let's say if you with one wife and you sleep with her, y'all have sex like twice a week, normally once or twice a week. You know what I mean? Depending on what's going on. You can't, if you get a new wife, you can't take her and say, all right, we're just gonna have sex once a month now. You can't do that. You diminishing her duty in marriage and all of that. Let's say she cooks for you, right? You can't get a new wife and then that one you just never have her cook for you anymore. You just basically abandon her for cooking duties and you just eat the other ribs food only. You can't do that either. You diminishing her duties in food and raiment and stuff like that. Let's say this one's used to, you can't take this one's clothes and give it to the other one. You can't, so when you get with one, you build that relationship. And you say you get some time later, you get a new one. You have to keep that same energy, that same relationship, even though you got more now. So I hope that helps a little bit. But you got to keep the law, statute, commandments to them, of course, which is you can't be gay, you can't sleep with a married woman on her, you can't steal. Well, you wouldn't steal from her anyway. That's everything that she owns belongs to you. You can't beat her. You can't be beating on women. If y'all wrestling and playful with each other, that's different. But like I'm talking about really beating them, like how they always try to portray black men doing in the movies, beating the hell out of women and stuff like that. Like, man, nowadays women beating up men more than men beating up women. So a lot of you sisters need to stop putting your hands on that man. You know what I mean? Looking in his phone and all that. But when you say love them both the same, love in the UPK it only means keeping the law. So to love them is keep the law towards them. So yeah, you got to keep the law towards them. You know what I mean? But like love as in you got to hug them the same, you got to kiss them the same, you got to have the same sexual positions or something like that. Like, nah, all that is not what the Bible considers love. And that is, that's up to you how you run your house when it comes to that, right? Like, for example, but a wise thing to do, like, it's never a perfect science, you know what I mean? Because women are the weaker vessel and Satan's always going to come at them. But like General Muhammad said once before in his classes, it's like if you got two daughters and you come home, you hug one, pick up one, it's not wise to just hug one and pick up one and then you don't hug up the other. You know what I mean? Obviously, you don't want your wives around each other like that, but you don't want to, be throwing one away. You can't throw one away. So if you've been, dealing with her once or twice a week or whatnot, you got to keep that same schedule, keep that same energy, even when you get a new one. You understand? Even when you get a new wife. So That's what, that's why it's not wise to get too many wives or nothing like that, because, you basically gonna have to quit your job and just be a full-time husband where you just, sleep with all these women all the time. Obviously, they're gonna bring you their money, which you can do. There's brothers who do that. They just full-time in this truth, full-time doing the work of the Lord, and, they got their wives that support them, and that's that. But to have like, some large number of wives and you got to slave all day and night, it's going to get rough. You understand? You slaving all day and night, you tired, mentally and physically tired. So it's going to be hard to keep up this many women, keep up this much sex, you know what I'm saying? Or, man, because that's what nourishes the marriage. The woman's supposed to be doing for the man, she's supposed to be cooking and cleaning for him, giving him money, doing all types of stuff for him. But the coming together, the intercourse, the pleasure that comes with sleep, like the scriptures say, that is keeps it strong, keep the marriage together. So that's non-negotiable. You got to keep that up. Concert. So when it comes to financial, how do you manage that? Would the man decide how to distribute that? So let's get to what comes one. So when it comes to the money, right, it's going to be different at different times. All the money belongs to the man, right? But that's why it's kind of good. That's why the scripture says, basically, all the money belongs to you, right? But let's say you got a rib and she don't live near her, or she lives a little away or something like that. So she got her own bills and things she got to take care of. It's wise sometimes to let her handle that, right? Or you might live with a wife, so all her money goes straight to you and you pay all the bills, and she don't even think about bills. She just goes to work, comes home, and y'all live and be happy and go out to eat and do stuff, and she don't even think about money and bills. All the money just go to you and you just handle it all. You make sure the bills is paid, and you struggle and think of that and juggle that. Now, the way that you can do that again and have a second wife that does it is you have to know her. You got to know all the bills. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you'd have to be with her for an amount of time to know all her bills. If you been with her for 3 months, is 3 months is hard to figure out everything, that all their bills. You can do that in 3 months, but so over time you'll learn all the bills. Then you could, if you want, take over all the bills, which is all the money would go to you, and you would pay all the bills that she needs for what she needs. That's one way of managing. That's kind of like a heavy way to manage it. A lot of brothers just be like, she got her money, I got mine. You know what I'm saying? I know if I need some extra money, I can get it from her or whatnot. Or, if she need it from me, she can get it. But, they both are just independently working and handling things. That's another way that happens a lot too. Or it could be a mixture of both. There's no set way in the scriptures on how to run it. It depends on the man. I myself, I like all the money to go to me, and I pay all the bills. And I would like my wives to not have to even think about bills, not even know what bill is. What, a late notice? What? Oh, damn, baby, you got late notice. You hand it to me, and I'll handle the late notice. You got everything you need paid for. The little extra money, we can go give her allowance. That's what is in the scriptures as well, giving her allowance. So she make $1,000 every 2 weeks. You give her $150 to just blow, but the rest of the money, we under oppression. You're gonna need that for them bills. So you just take all the rest and handle the bills and the notes, car notes, cell phone bills, and all that. And she just take her 150 and go ball out for 2 weeks. However you want to do it. I'm talking low numbers because Indiana is a low money state. Money ain't long out here. Minimum wage is $7.25. This not LA. This ain't no fucking New York or Chicago where the minimum wage is $15 an hour. So 150 for 2 weeks in Indiana, you can make some. You can roll with that. Go get some, handle food, handle some stuff, get your hair, nails done, do something nice. That's a little spending money. But $150 in Chicago or $150 in LA, that ain't even gonna get you past a couple days, let alone 2 weeks. Because everybody's getting paid 2 weeks. So you have to see what's up with your state. How the money is in your state. You might have to give her $500 for every 2 weeks, and you take the rest and pay all the bills with it. She take the $500 and just blow. You know what I mean? But that may be because y'all minimum wage is so high that y'all dealing in higher numbers, and stuff is more expensive where you live. So yeah. So eventually, that's how I like to do it. I would like to have all the money from all my wives go to my account, and then I pay all the bills, and then they each can have a card, what I'm saying, that has access to the account, and they'll know, I can let them know how much is their allowance for every 2 weeks, what I'm saying, before this check and next check. But they don't. But the good side to that is they don't have to think about no bills whatsoever. They just go to work, come back off of work, spend some of that money how they want, having fun and whatnot. But they don't have to have the stress of these bills that keep coming, and there's not enough money for it, and this and that. You know what I mean? So even in that situation, it's good for a man to make his own money too, because if there's any lack, shoot, you making your own money. The women, they paying for themselves and you and whatnot, but you making money too. So it could be an abundance of money. In a perfect world where we striving for, that's what it can be like. You know what I mean? But that type of stuff takes work and dedication. First and foremost, it takes work and dedication to the Lord. You understand? Because the Lord is the one that had to bless you with that. Had to bless you with some wives that are worth even having this type of mindset with. You know what I mean? Because the Lord sends you some good women, or Satan send you some wicked women, and you didn't got with these wicked women, which you shouldn't have got with. So that's what a lot of people are dealing with as well. Let me get to the next question. Slager, sir, is it possible to not have a wife at all? Yeah, it's definitely possible to not have a wife at all. You know what I mean? If you in the work of the Lord, shoot, it's not that it's preferable, but it's powerful. That's a powerful thing, to not have any wife at all and just do the work of the Lord all day, all night, or whatnot. And that's all you focus on is the work of the Lord. That's a powerful thing to do. I myself, I haven't really done that in my time in the truth. And I don't think I'll ever be able to do it, since I already got wives now. So I'm not about to do that part, because I see also that women are beneficial. Women can do things for you. Like myself, I don't really cook and clean. I will clean if I have to, sweep or something, you know what I mean? But I ain't no deep cleaner. My whole life, I tried to not be dirty, or leave a low footprint, so I don't have to be clean. I don't have to clean a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't leave messes, so I don't have to clean. I try to keep things, tight and knit, because that's how I always been. Because I don't like cleaning. I don't like wiping and getting crumbs and getting in corners. It's like I never really get everything. So I try to not make things messy in the first place. And I don't cook. I've cooked before. I made some rice and some hamburger helper and some stuff like that, but I don't cook. I'd be eating fast food all the damn time if it was up to me, and chips and stuff like that. That's how I grew up. I grew up poor. So I eat chips and throw hot dogs in the microwave, cut that up, put some, I'm talking hot dogs, ain't even got no buns. You know what I mean? So I just grew up poor, and grew up eating like that, where I didn't have cooked meals all the time. So I didn't always eat cooked meals. So I'm not used to cooked meals all the time, and I ain't cooking all the damn time. I don't cook. I haven't really cooked since adulthood. You know what I mean? I put all my trust, and I put all my effort into this truth, though, but I don't cook. So for me, shoot, the wives is good, because then they can cook for me. They can give me some real food, as opposed to me eating chips for dinner. Because I will do that. I give me a $2. I get $4 of chips, and eat that for dinner, and maybe some noodles, and just I don't need, because I got to cook the noodles, so I might not do that, but I might do that. But I never really been a big eater. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But if you don't want to have no wife at all, That's possible. That's up to you. That's a real powerful thing to do. You know what I mean? You just focus on the spirit, on the Lord, and on doing the work of the Lord and fulfilling the will of the Most High, getting in these classes, raising up brothers and sisters. You just focus on this and don't have no women to take up none of your time. That's a powerful thing to do. You know what I mean? And it's definitely have a lot of benefit. Paul was like that. And look at Paul. He's written down in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? He's remembered forever for his life. But he did not have no women. He just kept it, said, I'm all about this work right here. Traveling, going places, doing whatever. So it's possible. You can do it. See the next question. Lakam asks, Kanamakan, Thwada, sir, can I have that precept for allowance when you have time? Yeah, the precept for give your wife an allowance, right? And this is good if you're paying, if you handle all the bills, you call all the bills. Like I got to call some bill people because the internet people is calling me, texting me and stuff. So I got to hit them up and see exactly when is the bill due, if I got enough for it, if I can get like if I can tell them, can you hold off? I'll pay you in like a week, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Arrange something with them, or whatnot. I handle all that. Sometimes my rib help me by I have her make a phone call for me and call them and find out, or I'll tell her to call and pay it. But I the one look into that, and she don't have to worry about it. So that's a good arrangement to give her an allowance. Let me see. It's in Proverbs 31. I know that first for sure. Okay, let me send this pic of this war scarf though, real quick. Okay, where we at? Proverbs 31. Okay, and if you got any more questions, y'all just throw them in there. Get ready for class tonight too. We got class at 7 p.m. tonight. The main class, mandatory class every Thursday, Gen.YAHANNA, scripture breakdown. You understand? This is like just a warm-up class, you know what I mean? To Gen.YAHANNA's great class that he does every Thursday. And sometimes Captain Zaryak takes it or somebody else takes it that can handle it. And it's a great class. Proverbs 31 and 10 down is beautiful when it comes to the work about a wife. It talks about how she works, she cooks for other people. She buys things. She take care of her man so he don't have to rob and kill or steal or nothing like that. She gets the clothes together for her family. She brings in goods. She wakes up early and cooks breakfast. That's in verse 15. She buys properties and things like that. She works with her hands. Right? She's not a lazy woman. That's a virtuous woman. Is not lazy. She is busy and she gets stuff done. She's a go-getter. Our women have always been industrious, and that's what we love about our women. That's what the Lord loves about our women, that they are industrious. They go-getters. You know what I mean? Black women are go-getters. That's why the white man is always trying to take them and make them work for them. But nah, they need to be working for the black man and for the nation. You know what I mean? For the nation of Israel. The I.S.U.P.K. That's what they need to be working for. Says she's not afraid of snow for her household. For her household are clothed with scarlet. It means she makes sure her house is dressed right for the winter. You know what I mean? She's smart. She prepares for the winter. When you go down to verse, she's not idle. It also says in verse 27 that she's not idle. She's not lazy. That's what I was bringing out. Verse 31. Proverbs 31, verse 31 is the scripture that talk about you give her an allowance. I'm going to read it. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Right? Like your wife, her work should praise her, and people should be knowing her for her works. Like she cooks for the brothers. She, cleans the schools for the brothers. She gets clothes for the brothers and sisters and for the poor and for the needy. She does things like that. That's how she'll get known in the gates. Right? But it says, give her of the fruit of her hands. The fruit of her hands is the stuff she earned with her hands, the money she makes, the things she acquired with her hands. The scriptures say, give her of the fruit of her hands. So you're not giving her of the fruit of your money. You're giving her the money that she made back to her for her to have fun with, to just blow. where it's like we don't need that money for nothing. If it's gone, right? If she just went and spent the whole 150 on a pair of shoes on Amazon right now, we wouldn't miss it. You know what I mean? That'd just be what she wanted to buy with. It's dumb. That's a dumb purchase in my opinion, but that's what she wanted to spend it on. You know, I tell her I wouldn't have spent that, baby. That's a dumb purchase, but that's your money, whatever. You know, I still say something, but that's what it means. Give her of the fruit of her hands. That's giving her an allowance. You understand? Because women don't need to be under the same pressure. It's not good that women are under so much immense stress and strain and pressure, right? Especially when they be carrying babies, and that's unhealthy for the baby. And the woman is the weaker vessel. She's not designed to carry the load and stress of a man, right? So she can get overstressed and overworked. You know what I mean? So a lot of times all the bills and all this stuff she got to deal with, all the things she got to remember to buy, blah, blah, blah. Like she get too stressed in her mind and she could have a breakdown. Emotional. I mean, obviously every time they on their flower, they're going to have an emotional breakdown. Their flower is their period. Every time they have that, just damn, they're going to be an emotional breakdown somehow. They're going to be crying about something most of the time. You know what I mean? Because they losing blood and all that. But if you add all types of stress and strain on that, you know, you looking at a bad situation. All right, that's not a real good situation right there, right? So you just want to be wary with that. Get more counsel. Stuff like that is something that gets built up over time. You know what I mean? And certain wives you don't have to take over all the expenses of them. You know what I mean? You don't have, they got low expenses and they handle that, and y'all just do your thing, you work it out. But that's just me. I like having all of it. Give me all the money, and I'll handle all of it. I break you off a piece, break everybody off a piece of what they do for what the work that they did, how well the work they did, and they don't have to worry about none of these stresses and pains and bills and stuff like that. And the bill almost due. You got 1 day, 2 days for the bills due. You don't have the money, all that type of stuff. You got to call the light company and negotiate with them and see if you can get them to a payment plan, or see if they can push the due date back a couple days. Like all that stuff, man, is crazy, to deal with. Or sometimes you got to make a decision. You got to say, well, look, we got all these bills, but not enough money for all the bills. So we're going to have to cut off the internet, at least till we get our money back up. So internet gets cut off. Or shoot, not enough money for something else. Shoot, we're going to have to, go without of something for a day or two. Most of the things is very essential. But like the cable and internet, that's not essential. You can go a couple days or a week or two without that. It's going to be a little more struggle if you're used to it. But if you got to do it because there ain't enough funds right now, you do it. Or, you got to make the decisions on stuff like that. And, it's good to make that decision with your woman. But it shouldn't be like the burden of her to make that choice. Like you should be able to be like, man, you know what? Fuck it. Cut all that off. Shoot, we just going to have to watch DVDs for 2 weeks. Let's go to the DVD store. Let's go to Redbox. Get like $2. Hey, go to they got any Blockbusters left? Hey, pull out the DVD player from the dust. Hook that thing up. Go get some DVDs. Go get $20 worth of DVDs and watch that for a month until you can get the internet back going. Sometimes it's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. We don't want it to be like that, but sometimes it's like that. Call the school, get counsel on that. If you're in situations like that before it happens, school Commander GEN.YAHANNA maybe can assist you. As long as you're paying your tithes to Israelite school UPK though. Don't be in no Christian church and then call us for some money. You ain't gonna get nada. You understand? Because we'll see. Somebody said, Salakia, sir, who gives out financial classes, or do the UPK not take care of that area? Yeah, we do give out financial classes. The classes, every class is a financial class, right? And this is how you make, let's say you're watching an online class, right? Or you in class in person. How would you make that a financial class? Shoot, ask some financial type questions. That's why we always have questions. Tonight is scripture breakdown. Shoot, ask what's a scripture that helps with juggling, juggling finances? That's a good question. You know, talk to your camp leader. Break it down to them, you know what I mean? You know, so finances take discipline, you know what I mean? And it's hard to do. You know what I mean? It's hard to be disciplined. You know, right now is a good time if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American and you in the Israelite school of UPK or something, you want to find out how can you add to the school somehow. Add to the school that you can make money with. Like if you a sister that can sew, bam, shoot, start getting her making garments. She can start selling garments to the brothers and sisters. Under you got to go up through Officer Yagarwap first. You understand? And she, you know, a man got to be in charge. We don't have women running businesses like that, but her husband be in charge of that, and you could make extra side money like that. You know what I mean? Black, we always had to have to damn near have a hustle, some type of side hustle where we making more money on the side and whatnot in this kingdom. Because shoot, a lot of times just the type of slaveries they have us in, it's not enough money. So a lot of times we've had to have side hustles, do hair on the side, babysit on the side, fix cars on the side, something, you know what I mean? Do nails on the side. Like I be seeing a lot of sisters go to them damn Asians for their nails done. I don't like seeing that. That's money going from the Black community to the Asian community for some nails that Black people could learn how to do them damn nails. Learn how to do them. We be helping have another sister in the school do the nails for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like when it's going heathens like that. So stuff like that should those type of things get taken into account in the financial classes or in class when you ask about about finances. But yeah, so it looks like there's not many more questions. Check Facebook. Kind of froze on Facebook. Oh, there we go. See if we got any questions on Facebook. Can you have threesome with your wives? Fred Champion. That's a good question. No, you cannot. That's lesbianism. That's homosexuality. The Lord is against homosexuality. You cannot have a threesome with your wives. All right. If you have more than one wife, if you have sex with one, you have to shower before you even you don't have to, but you want to do that because that's good hygiene. You want to shower and bam, before you even be with another one. You understand? And you don't want to be with them like in the same rooms and stuff like that, or they in a room next to you, here you getting it on with the other one. Like that type of stuff is not really Israelite style. You really don't want to rock like that. That's kind of a lot of emotional damage right there. You know what I mean? That's not like we don't want to roll like that. So you don't even want to have them in the same house when you're doing it, right? But yeah, no, you cannot have threesomes. That's against the scriptures. Also, can you discipline your wives? Yes, you can discipline them. You tell them what you don't like and what you don't want. You check them. You understand? Raise your voice or something. You tell them, look, I don't like that. I don't like when you do that. Stop doing that. You know what I mean? You just gotta get in the UPK and you'll learn how to do it. You learn how to discipline your wives. If you even, you don't want to use the word discipline like that, but it's like it's checking them. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Telling them what you don't like and what you like, what you want and what you don't want. They're supposed to honor what you want and what you don't want. You understand? If it's righteous and there's nothing unlawful about what you're saying, right? He said that's pimping. No, that Fred Champion, that's not pimping, right? What the brothers in the Israelite School of UPK do, we do what pimps could never fucking do, right? They could never do what we do. You understand? They take women and have them sleep with other men for money, right? And teach them to do it and influence them to do that. We don't do that filthy, disgusting shit. You understand? Our women go out and make honest money. You understand? Not no damn hoeing money. You understand? We do what pimps wish they can do. You know what I mean? Which is be with them square bras, you know what I mean? And do them right. You know what I mean? A pimp is nothing but a a damn near homosexual, right? In effect, because what the hell you like sleeping with a woman that you got sleeping with the whole city? Come on, man. Pimps is disgusting. They're not to be honored or looked up to. We're not pimps. You understand? Pimps can never do what we do. They can never be like us. They are low down, dirty dogs. That's why pimps ran off the scene. That's why pimping damn near is dead, and I hope it stays dead. Prostitute needs to die too. All right, let's see what we got. Somebody asks, how many wives do I have? I'm gonna answer here, but something like that, they're really not your business. But it's cool. It's question, but I ain't really gonna divulge that type of stuff. I ain't really heard too many of the brothers divulge it. None of the men over me talk about exactly how many they have, so I'm not gonna do it because I didn't see the men over me do that. The men that I learned from do that. So obviously, it's not profitable to do. How do you determine how you divide time, sir? This is how you divide your time if you're in the truth. Which is what you want to be in first. The truth comes first, right? The truth of the Lord comes first. That's how you divide your time. This is my first wife. This is my wife right here. This is my only wife. This truth in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? So the duties that come for this school come first and foremost before anything and everything and any wives or none of that, right? But other than that, that's how I divide my time. What do I need to do for the truth first? Okay, that's done. Then I go from there. You know what I'm saying? And like the school always says, the man's going to go where he's getting treated the best. You know what I mean? Which wives is treating him the best, he's going to be spending more time with them, talking to them more. You know what I mean? The ones that's giving him the most money, the ones that's treating him the best. You know what I mean? Them the ones going to get the majority of his time. Now the ones that's doing just a little, ain't doing much, they only gonna get a little bit of time. You understand? But the truth gets all the time if need be. Somebody asks, can you have threesomes with your wives? No, you cannot have threesome with your wives. That was the second question. No sweat. Oh, no sign of Christ. Yeah, he said he never saw it that way. Yeah, of course, man. This is UPK, man. We learning new things every day from the men over us, the priests and prophets of the Lord. Thank God for this Bible. Thank God for Christ, a black man named Jesus Christ. Thank God for Commander GEN.YAHANNA, for General Muhammad, General Mayak, all General Haas, all the generals, all the captains, all the officers that's teaching this truth, that's living this truth, that's giving us a new lifestyle, a new way to be, a new way to live, a new culture, so we can get away from from the toxic culture that is the black community. You know what I mean? The black Christian community. You understand? We want to get out of that Christianity, which is the black community, which is the ghetto. That is Christianity, right? And thank God that we're able to learn the new knowledge to get out of that garbage. Somebody said, so it's not mandated to spend time with rib equal, sir. No, it's not mandated to spend time equally with the rib. Like, I spent 20 minutes on the phone with her, and I need to spend 20 minutes on the phone with her. No, the ones that's treating you the best, them the ones are going to get more of the time. You see what I'm saying? Ones that's giving more money, that's giving more food, that's doing better, that's doing right by you, helping the school, do all types of great things. She's the one's going to get more attention. You kind of just naturally. You know what I mean? The ones that's giving you problems all the time, you know what I mean? You got to argue with, you know what I'm saying? Why are you going to spend you ain't going to spend a lot of time with them. You understand? So that's how that's going to work on that. So you don't have to spend equal time with them. There's no law on that. But you do want to keep spending like if you have one wife, you spend a certain amount of time with her, you get a second one. You know what I mean? You don't want to just throw away the first one and say, I'm just not even going to deal with her no more. You know what I mean? I got a new one. I'm going to spend all my time with this new one. You can't do that. You know what I mean? That's throwing away or putting away a wife. You can't do that. Right? What's the precept for fighting the urge to want to sleep with women in the world? Right? It's not a precept that you ain't going to be able to the urge to sleep with women is not like some great evil thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop wanting to sleep with women. That's Christianity. That's how the homosexual movement got pushed in. You understand? Because they made it seem like if a black man wants to be with a black woman, he's evil and wicked. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not evil and wicked to want to be with a woman and have a woman. You understand? But what you want to do is you want to be wise and lawful and right with it. Right? So you don't want to fight the urge to sleep with women in the world. You want to get women from the world and bring them out of the world into the truth. You understand? But you don't want to just sleep with them before they come out of the world. You know what I mean? You want to get them into the truth, and then you can sleep with them. You understand? Bring them in truth. You understand? Teach them about what foods to eat, what foods not to eat. Shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster we don't eat. Teach them about the high holy days. Teach them about the school and wearing their head covered when they pray, and teach them about that type of stuff. And that's how you're gonna that's what you want to focus on. You don't want to focus on I just don't want to sleep with women. Oh no, that woman's in the world, can't look at her. Don't be like that. You know what I mean? That's trying to bring in homosexuality. You know what I mean? Like that's not evil to want women, but it's evil to want whores and prostitutes. You know what I mean? That's walking the streets and on the internet talking about cash at me $40 and you know what I mean, stuff like that. Like you don't want to get with no hoes. So you gotta know what a hoe is. A whore is. A whore dresses like a whore. So if they dress like Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion, then you want to not sleep with whores. You don't want to sleep with them women that dress like that. So that's a lot of women right there that's just out. Unless you can get them into the truth and to get them to change the way they dress and to change the way they think and believe and behave, then you got something. But you want to bring them into the truth. That's what you want to do. Let me check on YouTube. We about to close it out. Sir, is there a limit on wives you can have? No, there's no limit on ribs you can have. There's no limit. A wise man will limit himself. Like Captain Zariak, a very wise man, he limited himself. He said he retired himself from getting more ribs because he felt like it wasn't good. It wasn't fair. How much time he had, you know what I'm saying, for the women. You understand? Like spend enough time with the women. He felt like it was a disservice to get more wives, knowing that he won't, he's only going to be able to spend like a day, or I don't know how much time he spends with any of them, but to him, he felt like he didn't have enough time to have more. So he limited himself. He said, I ain't going to get no more. He's going to keep what he got, and that's that. That was a very wise man. That's a very wise thing to do. Pray the Lord we all get like that. But you got to get a couple wives first where you got that type of problem. But there's no limit. You can have as many as you want, but you won't. There's everything is lawful, but everything's not expedient. So you got things that's lawful. There ain't no law that say you can only have certain many. But would it be expedient to have 6,000 wives? You know what I'm saying? Would that be wise? Have 50,000 wives. Come on, man. To have 500 wives. Come on. Would that be wise? You know what I mean? Would that be something that is good to do? Something like that may not be good to do, right? So you want to just gauge it like that, and move with wisdom. Somebody said, sir, it's very complicated as being new in the truth, being in Denver and not a lot of support locally, especially with prospective runs. Any advice out of Juan? Tracy Wolf Turner. There's another brother in Denver on the YouTube. His name's Sabian Banyamin, right? So we're gonna get more people in the truth in Denver. Don't worry about that. But yeah, so all you want to do is just hold your post, right? Hold fast what you learned in the UPK and what you're learning in the UPK, and the Lord going to send you brothers and sisters to get strength. You know what I mean? Take a trip, set up a trip, go to Cali, go to the Cali school for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Get a hotel room and go down there. Let the brothers know you want a rental or something, and be with the brothers in Cali. Build your strength up. Get with them brothers around you. Go to Texas or something. You know what I mean? Oklahoma. Get with some other brothers. when I came into truth in Indianapolis, there was nobody else in Indianapolis, just me. I was on the streets giving up the flyers, having class in the library. Nobody showed up for long periods of time. And but there was brothers in Chicago. So I started going to Chicago every week in the camp with them, getting strong on the Captain Quad, learning from him and the brothers up there. Had Hebrew Academy up there. Would go to Chicago every weekend, 3 hours away. We'll go there every weekend for about 2.5 years till I was built up in the spirit of the Lord, and the Lord sent more brothers to where we end up building a school in Indianapolis to where we got lots of brothers here now. So that's how it's done. It starts out with small numbers, but then it grows in the spirit of the Lord. But it takes some people to stand firm first. You know what I mean? Because if everybody comes in and starts learning the truth and says, well, there's nobody else here. Well, let me fall all the way back. Okay, then somebody else is going to come up. Man, there's nobody else here. He's going to fall back. And if everybody just does that, then nobody's ever going to be there in Denver. Everybody's just going to look at it, look around, there's nobody else, and just fall back. But you get a couple, you get 1, 2. Tracy Wolf Turner, there's a brother out there, Sabian. I don't know if he got his Hebrew name yet, but you got to double check with Captain Gadalhar. Shoot, bam, that's 2. You 2 stay solid in the truth out there in Denver. And some other people will come and say, well, look, at least there's another person here. I thought I was the only one. And, and it could grow from there. But stuff like that takes time. It takes dedication. It takes a man who's going to be there to sow the field, to plant seeds in that city time and time again, and be able to guide and raise up that city and whatnot. So you got to stay in the truth and learn. So yeah, if that answers your question, I guess. Ribs, especially with not a lot of support locally, especially with prospective ribs. But yeah, just if you don't even got your Hebrew name yet, you don't want to worry about ribs just yet. You kind of want to get girded in the truth first as yourself. You want to focus on yourself first. You want to build yourself up first. Then you can help build up others, then build up other women. You know what I mean? But until you build yourself up, you'll be a damaged person. Get with other damaged people. Most High Christ. I communicate with him, sir, but I meant ribs. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, you ain't strong enough in this truth yet. Get some rank and stuff like that. Then you can get some ribs, you know what I mean? It'll be wise to do it like that, as opposed to getting ribs and then try to get rank or whatnot, or try to build up the school out there. You want to, man, get some rank, become a captain or something, and then start getting 6 or 7 wives and stuff like that. But you know what I mean, you'll have a lot of wisdom and knowledge and stability in this truth that you can extend to them women. But right now, you just a dude in the world trying to get with women in the world, and you know how that's going to end up. It's going to be no good. Going back to DC to do in-class work, sir. Already with the brothers out there. Exactly. So you want to keep on this path first, right? If you really want to get some ribs, when you get to DC, talk to the camp leaders and stuff like that. Go out to the bars with them, do stuff like that. Get with them on what to do, and they might tell you the same thing. They might tell you, man, get your Hebrew name first. Get some pass your officer's test first. Put in some work with the Lord first, and the Lord will bless you, right? Officer Mariah out of Chicago, tuning in. Most High Christ. Fred Champion, I am your captain. You know what I mean? Well, just depends wherever city you at. You know what I mean? You got brothers you report to. Fred Champion, wherever city you at. You know what I mean? Most High Christ. So we're done with the questions on Facebook. Let me check YouTube, see if there's any questions left on YouTube. So yeah, Sabian said he's here. He's here to make Denver strong. So yeah, so Tracy Turner, you don't even have to go to DC. You can hook up with the other brother out there in Denver. You know what I mean? Or you can still hook up with the brothers in DC, because there's a lot of heavy hitters in DC. You want to get with everybody, get with all the brothers, let the brotherhood flourish. And like I said, Lacom, if you want some type of financial classes, we can do financial classes. Just ask financial questions in the school. But always remember this, because a lot of people, some brothers come into the truth and they try to abhor work. Like they don't want to work or something or slave because they, obviously we gotta we getting oppressed by the oppressor, and it hurts to be out there. But the scripture says, like Gen.YAHANNA said, husbandry is ordained of the Lord, right? Working, excuse my language, excuse me, working is of the Lord. Going out working and making money, that's of the Lord. Do not hate that. Do not hate working. That's and going out and getting a job, making money on a slavery. That's from the Lord. Even if we was not in captivity, we would still have to work. The precept to that is Adam. The Lord told Adam, from the sweat of thy brow. I got to get the scripture to get the exact word. From the sweat of thy brow, basically, you're going to get it in. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find that real quick. So the Lord ordained work from Adam. So you need to be doing some type of work, and that work will help you keep money. You know what I mean? So Genesis 3:19. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground, for out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. So it says from the sweat of thy brow, we're going to eat bread. So working, we're going to work. Either we in captivity or if we in our own kingdom, we're going to work jobs, we're going to work stuff, we're going to work the field, we're going to work the animals, the whatever. So don't hate husbandry and going out to work every day. You know what I mean? So, we really need a lot more brothers to put more work to be full-time priests. You know what I mean? We need more brothers to do that. But definitely you want to be working. That is not something you want to abhor. Don't abhor that. You're going to cause yourself a lot of problems with that. You know what I mean? If you like, oh, I don't want to do no work. I don't want to work for the white man, and blah, blah, blah. You're going to have to. You know what I'm saying? If you want money. You know what I mean? It's a good thing to do. It looks like class is about to start. Make sure you tune in to One West I.S.U.P.K online classes on Facebook. I.S.U.P.K online classes on YouTube. That's what the class is about to start at 7 p.m. Tune in. I'm going to share the class on these pages. So you can, the same page you're watching this live on, I'm going to share the official class that's going to start soon on this page as well. Tawada for tuning in. Tawada is thank you in the Hebrew. There's been another I.S.U.P.K vlog talk, I.S.U.P.K vlogcast and whatnot. Under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Go to our website, ISUPK.com. Learn more of this truth. Get girded in the spirit of the Lord. We need more soldiers, man. More soldiers to come in here and build up this damn thing, build up this nation, get our culture back. With that, shalom.